David Moyes' last Man Utd XI was full of quality, and most are still playing. Manchester United face West Ham on Sunday, with David Moyes looking to get one over on the club which sacked him 7.5 years ago. Moyes was hand-picked as Sir Alex Ferguson's successor by the man himself, but endured a disastrous 9.5 months in charge. He was sacked following a 2-0 defeat at his former club Everton, which incredibly was United's 11th of the season in the Premier League, as they fell miserably short in their title defence. But Moyes has shown in recent months why Ferguson rated him so highly, with his side unbeaten so far this season, having finished in an impressive 6th place last term to secure Europa League football. We'll never know whether he could have succeeded at United had he been given more time, as his predecessor was before building a dynasty that dominated English football for 2 decades. However, a look back at Moyes' last starting XI for United shows it was bursting with quality, with many still plying their trade at the highest level. David De Gea is making the most of his opportunity to impress as United's NO1 this season, after Dean Henderson's enforced absence. De Gea is United's second highest paid player after Cristiano Ronaldo, but has long faced criticism over his form and often played second fiddle to Henderson during the second half of last season. Should David Moyes have been given more time at Man United? Have your say in the comments section. He has looked more solid this season, making a crucial double save in the win over Wolves, while it was his quick thinking and accurate distribution on the counter-attack that led to Paul Pogba's goal in United's 4-1 thrashing of Newcastle last weekend. Chris Smalling became a fan's favourite at Roma after being shipped off on loan by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer following Harry Maguire's arrival at United. His form in Italy was such that some fans felt he should have been kept at Old Trafford, and the Giallorossi liked him so much they signed him permanently last year. The centre-back suffered various injury problems last season and missed the start of this campaign with a hamstring issue. But the 31-year-old made his first appearance of the season for his old United boss Jose Mourinho as the Serie A leaders beat CSKA Sofia in the Europa Conference on Thursday night. Phil Jones has had a bit of a mare, despite Ferguson predicting he would go on to become one of United's greats. Jones, arguably the way he is looking, could be our best ever player, Ferguson said of the centre-half in 2013. I think Jones may be one of the best players we have ever had, not matter where we play him. At 21 years of age, he is going to be a phenomenal player. I think he can play anywhere on the pitch. He has such a massive influence with his instinct and reading of the game. He has a drive about him. Since 2014, Jones has been plagued with injuries, including a knee problem which has sidelined him since June last year. He made a long-awaited return to action in Premier League 2 a week ago as United's under-23s were beaten 3-1 by their Arsenal counterparts. Evans was sold by Louis van Gaal to West Brom in 2015, but his form since has shown United should have persevered with him. After reviving his career with the Baggies, he joined Leicester 3 years ago and has been a key player for Brendan Rodgers' side, helping the Foxes secure successive 5th-placed finishes as they twice narrowly missed out on Champions League qualification. Now 33, Evans made his first start of this season in Leicester's 2-2 Europa League draw with Napoli on Thursday. During that defeat to Everton in Moyes' final game as United boss, Evans was replaced on the hour mark by Javier Hernandez, who joined La Galaxy last year, having won silverware with Real Madrid and Sevilla since leaving Old Trafford. Butner only made one more appearance for United before being sold to Dynamo Moscow in 2014. Having failed to establish himself as the successor to Patrice Evra at United, he also struggled to nail down a regular place in Russia. Butner returned to his native Holland with Vitesse Arnhem in 2017 before a move to MLS side New England Revolution 2 years ago. He found himself without a club in January but is now back in his homeland playing for RKC Waalwijk, who are currently in the bottom half of the Eredivisie table. Severely underrated by fans of rival teams, Carrick was integral to United's success in the latter years of Ferguson's reign. The midfielder won 5 Premier League titles, the Champions League and the Club World Cup under Ferguson, among a host of other trophies. In his autobiography in his 2018, he recalled Moyes telling United's squad he could take them to another level, but felt the manager's words didn't come across the right way. Carrick has been on United's coaching staff since he hung up his boots in 2018, but Solskjaer's side could use a holding player with his reading of the game and passing accuracy. Fletcher was of course appointed as United's technical director earlier this year after a hugely promising career was hampered by a serious illness. He left for West Brom in search of regular first-team football in 2015 having made 342 appearances for United and with a trophy haul similar to that of his then teammate Carrick. A spell at Stoke followed for the Scotland international before he left the Britannia Stadium in the summer of 2019, hanging up his boots 6 months later. Still aged just 37, he will hope to guide United to more silverware success with former teammates Solskjaer and Carrick. United hoped they had signed the next Cristiano Ronaldo when Nani joined from Sporting Lisbon in 2008. And while the tricky winger was capable of giving defenders a nightmare, he didn't achieve the levels of his compatriot, but then, who does? Nani returned to Sporting on loan in 2014 with 4 Premier League titles, the Champions League and Club World Cup to his name as well as 41 goals and 73 assists from his 230 appearances with United. Fondly remembered by many Red Devils fans despite his form dipping in final years of his Old Trafford career, he went on to play for Fenerbahce, Valencia, and Lazio before returning to Sporting and is now with Orlando City in the MLS. In Moyes' final United game, Nani was replaced on the hour mark by Antonio Valencia, who retired in May after playing in Mexico and his native Ecuador since leaving United in 2019. One of only a few senior signings made by Moyes at United, Mata is now 33 and has seen his playing time wane over the past couple of seasons. But he still has proved himself to be a useful squad member, having made several starts in the Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup and Carabao Cup last season. Solskjaer frequently turned to him as a late sub during the latter stages of United's Europa League campaign, and Rio Ferdinand has said he believes Mata has a lot to offer in the dressing room. He is not as potent as he once was, Ferdinand told 5. He comes in and plays a little bit more as a conductor and someone who just keeps the ball and maintains possession more than anything. That coaching element he can see within him. He is an intelligent footballer, an intelligent guy off the pitch and a great squad member, I must add. Some people have a big influence on that changing room and can influence others, and I think Juan Mata is one of those guys. Shinji Kagawa showed signs of brilliance after joining United in 2014, but ultimately failed to hold down a regular place and joined Borussia Dortmund in 2014. He won 2 Bundesliga titles and 2 German Cups with BVB, scoring 60 goals and making 55 assists in his 216 games. Kagawa eventually fell out of favor and joined Real Zaragoza in the Spanish second tier in 2019 before signing with Greek side PAOK Salonika in January this year. He was replaced on that fateful day at Goodison Park by Danny Welbeck, who suffered various injury problems during his 5 years with Arsenal but scored 6 goals for Brighton last season after joining Graham Potter's side just under a year ago. Moyes found himself managing Wayne Rooney again at Old Trafford, having given him his Everton debut 2 years before the teenage prodigy joined United. Rooney still managed to bang in 19 goals during the 2013-14 season despite the Red Devils' struggles under Ferguson's successor. He of course went on to become the record goalscorer for both club and country with 253 goals for United and 53 for England. Rooney had an underwhelming spell back at Everton after returning to his boyhood club at the age of 31 before playing for DC United and Derby County, where the 35-year-old is now manager.